Got a couple of days here now. What have you made of Monaco Oval and the pitch and Canberra?
For us, it's mainly been jet lag, a bit of rain, but we've been lucky that we got a full day of practice yesterday. It's a beautiful place, a beautiful ground, and an ideal way to start our tour off, and we're looking really forward to it.
When you are dealing with, I guess, the jet lag and things like that, how important is a game like this to just find your feet and, I guess, have a bit of a hit?
I think it's very important, especially the nature of the game. It's a first-class fixture. We're playing against a side that's very well equipped. They've got a lot of Australian internationals, a lot of people knocking on that Australian door. So it's probably an ideal way for us to start against the World Test Champions.
Anyone in particular in this team that you're looking forward to testing yourself against?
It's hard naming people because I think, like I said, they've got quite a few internationals, but Cameron Green's one of them that's in the 14. He'd be someone to look out for. He's got all the potential to be a world-class all-rounder, and we're looking forward to coming up against the 11th.
It sounds like he might not do too much bowling this week. Is that nice to hear?
That's not in our control. Obviously, we'd like to face him. You wanna play the best. But again, the nature of this game, it's a competitive first-class fixture, and we're looking forward to it.
What have you made?
I haven't seen any drama personally. I think we're very well focused on the job that's on our hands. We've got here. Excuse me, sorry. We've got here. We've had a couple of days of rest, and we've been straight into practice. We've done some fitness work. For us, it's about what's in our control, in our preparation, when we know that we're going up against the World Test Champions in their own backyard. It's going to be a challenging series, but it's an exciting opportunity for all of us to put our skills in under test and obviously take some points into our World Test Championship for this cycle as well.
Are you expecting that?
It's going to be an emotional series for him. He's been a great servant to world cricket, not just Australian cricket. We wish him all the best with whatever he chooses to do. He's been a great ambassador to the game. For us, he's one of their main players, and we'd like to get him out as early as possible, as said by the guys on the previous days. So we wish him all the best, but hopefully we can provide him with a challenging series.
Shan, with this,
I think as a batsman that it was a bit bittersweet. The last Australian tour, I got a couple of starts. But you want to convert those starts in Test cricket and obviously get three figures where you're getting double figures. So that'll be my test. That'll be my opportunity. We got used to conditions very well. I think Babar got 100, Yasir Shah got 100, but there were a lot of 50s and 50 plus scores from batsmen in the last tour. So we'd want to convert those into bigger scores and make them into match-winning contributions.
any idea of opening combinations out of this match?
Look, like I've said, we've got a settled opening pair over the last year or so. Imam and Abdullah. That's our aim. As far as conditions go, we're a side that also looks at conditions, and if we have to make a couple of decisions regarding conditions, we'll do so for the betterment of the team.
Does that bring? What sort of balance do you think you'll go with, and how close to the Test 11 do you think it will look tomorrow?
I think you're spot on with it being a 4-day first-class fixture. We'd like to manage some loads as well, so it might be possible that we rest a couple of players that we feel have worked a lot in the recent past. But look, we've got 18 players. We've got 7 fast bowlers. Probably gives us an ideal opportunity to test which combination we might be taking with us to Perth, and it'll be a great test for the batsmen. Having probably 2 innings in these 4 days would be a good test against a very good attack. Again, we'll just try and get the best preparation out of it.
As a batsman coming to Australia, what are the biggest adjustments you have to make, particularly when you're starting a series in somewhere like Perth?
Pace and bounce, obviously. That's something that's a given in Australia. We've been very fortunate that a lot of the guys were part of the 2019 tour. Some even came during the 2016 tour, which is sort of a replica of this series in terms of the fixture list, except Perth and Brisbane being switched. We were lucky to play the T20 World Cup last year. I felt as a batsman those were testing conditions, but we still did a decent job as a batting unit there. So there are a lot of the guys who've gotten that experience, and it's the pace and bounce in Australia and their pace attack, along with Nathan Lyon, that you want to get used to, and you want to put under pressure right from the word go, because they've dominated world cricket for a while.
The fast bowlers, do you think, really has the chance to make a mark here in Australia?
We've got 6 other guys with Shaheen, each posing a different kind of threat for batsmen. We've got 2 top first-class performers like Mir Hamza, who's a left armer. He's also played some county cricket, played a couple of test matches. We've got Khurram Shahzad, who was the highest wicket taker in our domestic season. Then we've got, we thought that we could utilize somebody like Mohammad Wasim Jr., who can add a bit of pace. If the ball does reverse, let's say at the SCG, he'd be quite handy. Amir Jamal's an all-rounder that we're keeping an eye on. He bowls with good pace. Ham is a good length. That might be very useful here. And we're hoping that Fahim Ashraf grows into this role and can provide us something with the bat and something really good with the ball. So we've got quite a lot of options, and hopefully we'll see what we bring out tomorrow, and that might reflect what we might go with in the test match.
And speaking of